look at Han and I go, you know, I can't promise that. What if we're in a fight, or what if this escort mission I have to?
Let me rephrase that. Someone who is paying us or has shown to be a threat, like the guy in the alleyway who was just talking to us. If you grab them, I'm gonna.
There
blow
was
your
no
stupid
proof.
wings off.
You said the same thing about the bounty. You said the same
employer.
thing about the hunters who came to take away our prize, and you got mad at me when I defended us.
No, I got mad at you.
Took
when
out
you
half of
executed
them.
A man who was half dead.
A man who threatened to come back and stab us all.
What was
I
he
did
gonna
nothing
do?
more
He
than
lost the
protect.
first time.
That doesn't mean he can't come back stronger. And you don't have to be strong to win. Just
By the
smart.
way, don't screw with the employer. I don't care what you do with the miner or whatever. Just don't screw with the money bag, right? Be professional.
How about this, Lost? How about you ask one of us first before you go and grab someone to take him out? For a fly.
Practice flying on your own. Those wings look like they could just build the muscle first before you take passengers.
The wings are hidden. I just look like I have a bulgy back right now. The mission, I think, is not as simple as he's making it. What did you guys have to do?
We had to retrieve
It's just a
an
basic
item for a
possession
pawn shop.
That led to
Somebody,
a cave of
a business
dead
partner
changelings?
didn't pay for an object, so we went and got it back. It's, easier to send professionals, contractors, than to send your store clerk when you're dealing with magic items.
Can I make a check on what I would know about changelings?
Make a history check. Anyone who wants to remember about any changelings, then you can make a history check. Malia,
I got.
Lost,
Yeah.
you guys both actually don't know what changelings are.
What's a changeling? Is that? What is it?
I'm back
Is
in
that
the
the
room now after talking with Luck, right?
Yeah. Do we enter?
Yeah, you guys re-enter and they're talking about changelings, and you hear what's a changeling?
Changeling is well, they're kind of rare. Don't typically see them on the higher floors, but they have an ability to just change what they look like.
I mean, honestly,
We found a
they're
cave
more common than you realize. 'Cause
dead
they
ones?
never look the same.
Like
So-
change their clothes or change their
Change
face?
their appearance.
It's a shapeshift.
Change their face. Yeah,
Huh.
they change their face, change what they look like.
It's super cool.
It sounds cool. Imagine you just get bored with one face and you just change it the next day.
I mean, they're kind of weird looking when they're not in their normal form.
From the looks of it, they were running some sort of
it's an identity theft scheme.
yeah, exactly.
A pyramid scheme?
No,
With
yeah,
identities?
Well, it's just
No.
kind of proficient.
As luck
Like
in
this. I say and pull out my fake ID.
Okay.
Oh, that makes
See,
sense.
Effie pulls out like an identification for like a 9-year-old human child.
Did you take that from down there?
Just a picture of Luck.
As
No.
Luck and as Luck and Leroy come back in, I'm gonna walk over to Luck, sort of like, and just glare at Leroy, and just say, you better not be mean to my supposedly half brother, maybe.
What?
I'm gonna look at Luck, and I'm gonna look at Lost, and I'm gonna look back at Luck.
He just wanted to ask.
Oh,
you-
yeah.
Yeah,
maybe.
they
Brothers.
possibly share the same dad. We don't know.
Okay.
He doesn't
Don't
know
think
his
that-
dad.
Can
I
I
don't
do
know
an
my
insight check on that?
Yeah, go for it. You just kind of
Share
confused. Just a vibe check in general. Give me a vibe check.
We genuinely believe this, by the way.
Who are
It's a- they-
brothers?
So they both, you could tell from what you've heard, they both don't know who their dad is, and so then they've both come to the conclusion that they have the same dad, and they both don't know who
No.
he is.
I don't know who my dad is either. Can I be your half sister?
I look her over, and I look at Luck, and I go, yeah, you can join our growing family. You can be my
Yes.
little sister.
Knowing,
Maybe that's why I
knowing,
was
Maybe supposedly.
Do I have
I have
any
no
knowledge
recollection
on
of my birth
tieflings?
parents.
And if I do, would I be able to determine that?
Make a history check. Yeah, everyone just kind of there, and then as you guys are doing that, one of the Warforged kind of walks in and just like stands at the door, all like, and he kind of looks around and then just walks to the corner, grabs a box, and then walks out.
Oh,
He was like as tall as Leroy, if not taller. Also a lot wider.
Yeah. Leroy's not the biggest dude. Well, he's tall, but so 18 for history.
18. So what are you trying to learn? What are you trying to gauge about
just-
tieflings?
Like, would I be able to determine that a tiefling and a human probably wouldn't have the same father?
They could, because if the father was a human and then the mom on one side was a fiend and then the mom on the other side was a human, they could be half brothers.
I guess. Yeah, I guess.
Halfling get
It's very unlikely, unless there
Yeah.
was like the halfling is definitely a no because she's full halfling, not half halfling.
Yeah.
I'm gonna like, kind of gesture towards Han, because yeah, at the moment he feels his quietness is the only thing that is making Ren comfortable. And I'm gonna walk out of the front door and go stand near the helm and see if Han follows for a second. Then I'm gonna ask a question.
So
Give
you-
Han
So you kind of go up to the helm. You see Onyx at the helm, kind of just.
Is he steering?
He's trying to make it
Do I
look like
notice-
he's doing something, but you could tell that they're just going down, so he's not really steering. Because you know how airships work, so you can tell he's like standing there all like. But like the crew is doing everything. He's just kind of standing there holding it steady so they don't turn and crash into walls.
With a passive of 14, would I notice Han leaving?
Oh, well, you can notice him leaving easily. They just walk out. See Han and Rin walk out the door.
I'm
Sailing's
a
fun, huh?
I'm gonna hook up with Han and just ask very politely to let me know whatever the quiet, dirty man says.
As you're walking out, Lost kind of comes up to you and says that, Han.
So
I used my
maybe look.
telekinesis thing.
Oh, okay, so that you just kind of give him the maybe look.
So sailing's fun, huh? We're just going down, so it's kind of the boring part. But amazing ships these are.
Yes, the ships are very nice. I have personally
This
commissioned
one, or
this one.
You have a whole fleet. Oh, so you are.
I don't have a whole fleet. I'm captain of this ship.
That's very impressive. It's one. I appreciate the extra effort that you put into it. It makes it stand out in the docks by a long mile.
Well, I'm sick of working down in this shithole on the 26th floor, so how do I work?
Yeah.
They'll bring me back up one day.
It's so about that. What is the nature of your priorities regarding this mission? I know you said that, of course, employees they wager their own risk when they agree to work for you. I get that, but when you say we're escorting, are we escorting the miners? Are we, and then second, whatever they're carrying? And are we going to get something and bringing it back? Or are we bringing something to down there? Or are we
The
watching?
priority is what they're mining.
Okay, so are we
There is
watching?
a small deposit of adamantine still in that mine. We would like taken out. And so, should miners die, leave them. But try not to let them all die because we need someone to mine.
Of course, you need somebody to actually bring the anime.
Exactly.
I don't think you want me swinging the pick necessarily. But I suppose
I don't give a damn who swings the pick.
well, I'm an expensive miner. But I'm a very affordable.
That's the big guy to do it. He seems strong.
He's not nearly as strong as you think, but he's a wise guy. He's wiser than he lets on.
Yes, where did you dig up that old fossil?
Okay. Well, I mean, I don't really know the nature. I've only worked a couple jobs with him now, and I don't really know why he's following along with me. But I think he's looking for passage to the lower floors for some reason of his own. And I told him that if he works with me long enough, he'll probably find his way down.
Well, as long as you get this job done, I have no quarrels with what you do after. But if I leave you down there, I will not be back to pick you up. So keep that in mind. Once my ship leaves, it leaves.
So what's the time crunch? How long are we having to come back? Or you're saying never mind.
Once I have given you the opportunity to take you up, once I am leaving on my ship after you return from your mission, and then I'm going to leave with the adamantium. I'm not coming back down for a while, so you will be stuck.
I understand, sir. How does that sound to you, hon? Excited for the day?
No.
I like
better
that.
go home, drink some milk.
Drinking milk doesn't fit.
Should be arriving soon.
Is the ship bustling, or what? And also, what do I see as I'm looking out over the deck and then off the ship? What's the journey down look like?
So since it's getting past noon now, it's definitely getting darker because the sun's not directly above the green anymore. It's kind of off to the side, so you guys are in kind of the shadowed side. So it's not pitch black, but it's getting darker. But you do see quite like a bit. It's getting thicker and thicker because it was in between each floor is usually about a mile or so, maybe less. But now you're looking at a few miles in between each floor of just straight rock, solid walls of slate. And so like you guys come out right as you're passing one of the lower floors, and it kind of goes up, and you can see the like shelf of where the floor would go into. But now you're just looking at solid rock all 360 degrees around you.
Do the airships do they go like down these shafts between the floors, or do they go like around the outside of the city wall, for instance?
So they're inside the green, and they're just kind of going down, and you can tell there's definitely different like lanes, quote unquote, because on the side you guys are on, there's other ships above you and below you that are going down, but then across on the other side of the green, there's ships that are going up at like different intervals. So you can say like this side's the side they go down on, and the other side's the side they go up on.
So there's like a
So-
Mm-hmm.
Is it like just a big cylinder and then there's just like entrances for the various levels?
Yeah,
or do you
there's
actually like see into the various levels?
you can see into them once you're passing them, but right now there's just so much wall because there's miles in between each floor the deeper you go. So once you like actually like when you're looking out the window, when you pass an actual like floor, you can see into it. But the down here comparatively to when you're on the elevator in the upper floors, it's kind of dark in the floors. There seems to be less light sources. There's not gas lamps lighting up the streets and stuff. It's kind of darker, and then you'll see lights here and there, but it's not like every corner has a light on it, you know?
Is it pronounced Malia?
Yeah.
Oh. Does Malia have a distinct holy symbol like showing?
Not exactly. You do see on her parka that she does have the imagery of 4 moons, which is commonly associated with Zikla.
Okay. So I wouldn't like see a symbol and be inclined to go speak.
Well, you'd see essentially not like a holy symbol like an item, but you would see like the symbol of Zikla on her parka, as in the 4 moons.
And I would recognize that as a symbol.
Yeah, you recognize that as Zikla, the goddess of the moons.
Okay, so I'm gonna approach Malia. How's it going, Leroy?
Hi.
I see you worship Zikla.
Yes. And do I see anything on Leroy?
Yeah, you would see his symbol. It's a sunrise over water, which
Okay.
is the symbol for Friss.
And you also see on his kind of neck area of his
Yes.
scale armor, there's a rune in Giant. I don't know if you speak Giant or not.
I don't.
You see like a rune that's in Giant. Yeah, that's really all.
Okay. So you're a fellow cleric paladin?
Cleric, yes.
You can tell he's not a
Cleric?
Yes. Cleric, yes. I don't know if I'd be a very good paladin. I don't think in my
agree with that
old age I'd
sentiment.
be strong enough for that.
Well, I'm not old, but I don't know. I feel like clerics is just so much more to give to the world, if that makes sense. I feel like paladins go and I don't know. maybe it's just a personal bias.
Paladins
So-
paladins definitely do their good.
Yeah, but
They I've done a lot, but for the last while I've been kind of taking it easy. But
oh,
as of
how so?
recently, I've been, I served my time. I've done a lot. I've been around for quite a while. And
I mean, you don't look
decided
that old.
older than you would think.
I'll take your
I'm-
word for it.
Yeah.
As we're
Let's just say that the bleeding floors weren't always cut off, and I was around well before that happened.
Would I know how long that would have been?
You know that the revolution and they call it just like the bleeding in general. They know that happened and ended about 150 years ago.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
as we're coming
But,
up to the near end, what is Effie doing? Like, I'm looking to check, and where's our 2 foot tall master?
Are you still just like face pressed against the glass, looking out the window?
Just checking that she's not, falling off the side of the ship, running over the rails.
Hi.
And so as you guys are all talking, you can hear just shouting ensue from the crew, and then you two up with Onyx as he just kind of starts shouting orders down at the crew. So that they kind of rope the ship, like they kind of throw and rope the ship towards this dock, and they start big warforged on the side, start pulling the ship closer to the dock, and then they tie it up and throw the gangplank over. Turns to look at you two. Gather your group. We're here.
So, before they, as they're walking in, Leroy was about to get into more with the other cleric, but then he kind of gets cut off.
Yeah, you guys are talking, and then kind of like everyone turns to hear the shouting, and then the big kind of lurch of the ship as it gets pulled up next to the dock.
Okay. Yeah, I guess we can talk more about this when I guess we get a move on, right? I guess we'll be walking for a while.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll have time.
Definitely.
At least I do.
That is
So-
ominous, but okay.
Yeah. Kind of creepy. So you see all the Warforged start unloading these boxes onto out here, and you can see that the boxes seem to be filled with like new pickaxes and mining hats and gear and stuff like that. And then they bring it out and they escort you guys down to what looks kind of like a small temporary like military encampment with like side guards, and there's a bunch of tents and stuff. And then
I
Onyx.
grab a mining hat.
All right, you kind of reach in and grab one, and the Warforged looks at you and goes, "You are not permitted to take a hat. You are not a miner."
As soon,
And he kind of just lifts the box out of your reach.
Do I hear that?
Yeah, you can hear it from where you are just walking.
Can I use? I'm gonna use prestidigitation to make a snapping sound, like a very sharp, loud snapping sound to the side of the Warforged, to sort of give Leffy time to snag a helmet and dash off.
Okay, so she's kind of on the right, and then you hear the snap. He kind of turns to the left, but he's still holding the box at like shoulder height, which is like 8 feet off the ground.
I have mage hand.
So yeah, he kind of turns and looks. He's like, just looks around, looks back. So while he's doing that, you could try to grab a hat with mage hand if you would like. So I would say make an Arcana check to try and quickly just go like and then grab it. With the 3. So he turns his head back, and the hat's just kind of floating above right in front of his face, and he's just.
I smile and just try and cover it up by putting it on his head.
Put the hat on his head, and he goes, "I'm not a miner."
Oh,
And then just keeps walking forward.
I was confused.
And then you see he takes it off and puts it back in there and keeps walking. You can see
Okay.
some of the other like Earth Genasi that are from the pirate house are just kind of laughing off to the side like. Ugh. But once you guys get into this military encampment, Onyx Pirate kind of gestures you guys to, like it's pretty cold down here. As you're walking in, because it's not that cold, but you can tell there's less actual like fires around, so the heat that you normally feel and the smell of sulfur is different. It's more foul smelling and it's thick. There's a sense of like humidity, and not that it's hot necessarily, but that the air is thick and kind of like it makes you like damp.
Would that help me remember anything about myself or my past?
Make a wisdom check. The sulfur smell's gone. That's from above. Now it kind of just smells gross.
The 21.
21 in the wisdom. So you don't necessarily remember anything specifically about your past. You just kind of get a sense of familiarity, and then you hear your head kind of just like goes blank for a second. And you forgot what you were trying to remember. The air is kind of, like I said, it's kind of lukewarm and stale. And as opposed to like cobblestone floors, everything seems to kind of just be like muddy dirt down here. And there's no grand towers, there's no big buildings, there's no nice taverns. It just looks like kind of like wooden houses that the people who live in them built them. It's very, very like thatch roofs, wooden huts, and then the people walking around aren't dressed fancy. They're not wearing nice overcoats and top hats. They're all in kind of rags and whatever clothes they've probably been wearing for weeks, and they kind of all seem to have this dead look in their eyes. And then you also can see in this encampment there are the miners who are wearing kind of canvas jumpsuits, and they're kind of walking up to these bins, grabbing out a new pickaxe, putting on a new helmet, and they seem to be getting ready to go back into the mines.
Sort of balk at all of that and just passing just random miners. I'll use prestidigitation to just clear as much of that junk off as I can.
So as you kind of walk past, like a group of miners goes by as you guys are, Onyx kind of points you to your little camp area and tells you guys, he's like, you guys can rest here for about an hour. We're waiting for the last expedition to come out, and then once they're out, we'll send you guys in. As you kind of go to try and like use prestidigitation on one of these miners, he kind of just like steps back and looks very frightened, and then kind of walks off at double speed.
Well, that was rude. I was just trying to clean the poor man.
So you guys have about an hour. You can do a short rest or explore around the camp if you would like for a time.
Can I look around? Is there like a marketplace?
Looking around,
a marketplace is a shop.
Looking around, Onyx had kind of instructed you guys to stay in this military encampment. There's not really a shop in this encampment, and looking out kind of over the like waist-high walls around it where there's just kind of Warforged patrolling, it doesn't look like there's much of anything.
I'm gonna approach one of the Warforges or miners and ask if there's anywhere I could procure another set of daggers.
So as you kind of walk up to that same group of miners, they all just kind of put their heads down and walk faster away from you as you get closer. But then trying your luck again, you go to one of the Warforged kind of at the wall, and you can ask him. He's just kind of standing there at attention with what looks like a big, like what Han has, kind of like a gun like that, but it's bigger and longer. He's just standing there like, shh.
Mr. Magic Man, can I ask you a question?
I'm not capable of magic.
That contraption you have in your hand says otherwise. It's magical in its own right, but besides the point, where can I get a pair of that's magic. Where can I get a pair of daggers?
Try it on the upper levels of the green.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Thank you. And then I just walk back.
Have a good day. He just turns back to being completely out of attention, motionless.
So
is it mostly Warforged down here?
So there are people who live in the actual like cities down here, and they just kind of look like it's very impoverished and terrible conditions. But in this military encampment, I'd say it's like 60% Warforged, and then 40% Earth Genasi if the Pyrites, you could tell. And then the rest are kind of just miners that come in and out.
To some of the Pyrites and be like, what kind of music do you like?
Music?
Yeah. Also,
yeah, do you guys like sing songs and stuff?
No, it attracts whatever's in there.
Yeah, we keep it pretty quiet out here.
It's so depressing.
They're working men, Effie.
It's not like we chose to work here, right?
Yeah. Most of us are conscripted
You-
here.
What does that mean?
That means the people who are higher ranking than us in our noble house told us that we work here now. And they said if we wanted to get paid, then we had to work here.
They were strongly
Oh.
suggested to work here.
That's really sad. That's really mean.
We're gonna do our
Do you
Pays
want me
well.
to play you a song?
Not if you want to, not unless you want to attract whatever's in there.
It's a death trap.
I have to kill it eventually.
Better hope you don't see it.
Have you seen it?
No, that's why I'm still standing.
Do you know anyone who's described it?
No one is alive.
I've only heard the screams.
Did they say anything?
Run.
Oh.
Hide.
How did it?
Well,
So, do you know anything about it?
You know that it'll bloody kill you.
It's in
Well,
there
yeah.
somewhere.
I guess that's better than nothing.
We just gotta get that bloody adamantine, then we can leave this
Well,
godforsaken
okay.
place.
Once me and my friends go in and kill it, I'll come out and then I'll sing you a song to make you happier.
The one guy kind of looks
Okay.
over at the other guy and he's just like, okay.
Did you see a kid though?
Yeah, who
Okay,
let
bye.
a 6-year-old down here?
What is happening?
Why is there a 6-year-old here?
I don't know.
Yeah.
That's-
You're a very nice.
Should
and
we
friendly
check on
person.
that?
Are we
So,
allowing kids down here?
I don't want to talk to Onyx. He yelled
I
at me
don't-
last time.
No, I didn't. He's scary, man.
Lads,
Everyone
Onyx
invited,
brought the 6-year-old down here. He
I
thought it
didn't
was a
see
good
anyone.
idea.
Why
I
did
would
he
just
bring a
tell him.
6-year-old down here?
He said the
don't know.
6-year-old make better bait for the creatures than you guys. So
That's
I wouldn't
awful.
Complain about it. Yeah.
Who's the 6-year-old?
That 6-year-old.
Boy,
Yeah,
she's just
that-
a half.
They pointed like Effie as she kind of skips away.
She's just probably older than me.
She's not
Don't
even
worry
the
about it.
she's not even the youngest one here.
What?
I
She's
At
not-
that,
I'm
I,
gonna-
at
Kinda
that
just like-
I snap my head over to the cleric, to Leroy.
speaking of
These guys are just kind of like,
speaking
What
of
is
young,
happening?
what are you guys' skill sets before we walk into
Me?
this danger together?
I'm not
No,
going
sorry,
in there.
not you. I'm talking
Is he
to.
talking to us?
I was like, I'm a
talking-
geologist.
no,
That's
no.
why I'm here.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
I'm-
just
yeah, I-
directly look at
Get
Lost
rocks.
and just start ignoring these Earth Genasi. Like, what are you guys' skill sets?
Malia, what's your passive perception?
it is 16.
Okay.
Fuck off! I know what you're doing.
I didn't do anything.
What is this? He's here. Whatever is in it isn't in here.
At Rin's question, I look over and I go, well, I'm after a brief discussion the other night, I can do magic, and apparently it's deadly.
Well, all right. It's useful.
And I can fly. And at that, I unfurl my wings.
I hope that's useful down in those caves.
Won't
Genasi
fall.
off the side kind of laughs. He's like,
You got wings.
What about you,
Okay.
Hunter? You prefer a sword or a gun? On?
Sorry. I have two people.
Oh. It's like it'll be just you and me. And I, Tiefling.
Rin, as you kind of are talking about the gun, you're like, you prefer like a sword or a gun. As you kind of like put your hand out and do like the gun gesture, you feel like a crawling down your arm and a little thing pops up and turns into like a gun in your hand.
What?
You recognize it as the artifact you had kept in your backpack that hadn't moved in years since you previously found it.
I'll be back. The confidence he's putting up before is just gone. He's
He just
going,
looks,
he's
he
going
looks
inside
absolutely
his tent. He's gonna go
confused.
sit down.
All right.
Okay,
He's watching it just crawl along his hand.
Yeah,
Is he
it just
walking
popped and
away?
turned into a little gun in your hand.
He's just walking away.
Yeah, he kind of just
This,
takes off.
He's walking.
As
As
he
he's walking
walks
away, you
away-
can see this like it's like a four-legged mechanical spider with a jewel, and it's golden. It's like the size. It's like palm-sized, and it's like crawling around on his hand around as he's twisting it. And he's kind of amused by it, but he looks absolutely shocked.
As he
Oh, he's
walks
gone.
away. Oh, man.
He's back.
As he walks away, I'm gonna cast Detect Thoughts to try and find out what spooked him mid conversation with Han.
At the beginning,
Hey.
what's your surface level thoughts right now?
10 years.
So you just feel like 10 years, and you get a general sense of confusion.
It's like, yeah, it's like this hasn't happened in 10 years, and then that's all you hear probably as he's walking away.
Yeah, for the first bit. If you want to probe deeper, then he'll know you're trying to read his mind.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna probe deeper.
Right,
Make a
so
save against it.
it's an intelligence save, I believe, or is it a wisdom?
It's a wisdom save.
I was
Yeah.
gonna say you don't stand a
15.
chance.
An 8.
Maybe that's not.
Oof.
So you realize
How
now
much-
that something's kind of in your mind, but then now what is it that you're trying to find out, Lost?
I want to know specifically what spooked him and the thing that crawled up and down his arm. Why that spooked him when Han made the gun motions.
Does he get like specific thoughts or imagery, or does he get it like the general concept of what I'm thinking of?
He gets like I'd say just the general concept.
So the general concept of what spooked him is the fact that the small mechanical object not even mechanical. It almost looks like it's like made of metal, but you don't see any moving gears or pieces, or it doesn't make a noise. It's other than the clanking on when it hits like this bracelet wrapped around his wrist that has this little container. When it hits that with its foot, it makes a clank. But other than that, it's silent, and you're surprised. You get the idea. I'm very surprised by the fact that it's moving because it hasn't done that in about 10 years since the last event. It's something that's very it's a
Abnormal.
relic he's been holding on to with hopes that it would move again for the past 10 years. He's kept it on him every day.
Okay. And does he just knows that someone used Detect Thoughts, right?
Yeah, so you
so
know
now
that
my
you
next
know.
thought is probably looking around, trying to
As
figure
you're like
out-
about to duck into this tent, you kind of feel someone in your brain, and you're like,
that's all you got before my thoughts get
Yeah.
interrupted by that, like the piercing into my brain.
so yeah, but you guys do have time for a short rest, and you can mill around and speak more in the this military encampment, or you could just go. We could just take the short rest and get straight into it. If anyone has
Are there
anything they
any-
want to do.
Do I see like any extra supplies around?
Make a
Helmets?
investigation check if you're kind of just going around looking for stuff. I'd assume.
I
20?
go around asking if anyone is familiar with the name Farah Nix.
Yeah, we'll get to that right after I do Luck's investigation. So with the 20, you do find, kind of just digging through, you kind of pull up, open one of the boxes, and you find a box just that has like 2 or 3 mining helmets in it, and a pickaxe that's broken in half.
I grab 3 mining helmets.
So you kind of pick them up, and they seem to be these mining helmets that the gas, because they have like hooded lanterns on the like bill. The like wick and the hooded lantern on these ones seems to be broken. This looks like you found like a pile of old broken stuff. So like the hats still work as like hard kind of hard hat type things, but the light will not work.
I pick them up. I distribute one to Effie because she seemed like she wanted one earlier. I give one to Lost, and then probably the last one I give to Malia.
Alright, so you guys get these kind of minor hard hats that are pretty much too big for most of your guys' head. They kind of like teeter around like a bucket, and then the light also doesn't work.
I found them.
For Effie, your one for you is extremely too big.
You, I love it. Yeah.
I put it on so it's like covering most of my
It's just
face.
like down to here.
And then like, hey ho!
I think they're broken, and I don't know how to fix them. So if you know anyone who does, maybe that can help us, because I can't see in the dark.
I'm just gonna go around and have it like move over. Oh.
All right, so yeah, walking around, you can make a general charisma check to see just if you could. You go back to there was those two Genasi around. There's plenty of Warforged, and there are other Genasi kind of making their way in and out, walking around.
Okay. Oh my gosh. Got a
The
9.
Who do you go up to talk to?
Anyone who seems approachable.
So as of right now, anyone who looks like they're not doing anything, there's two Genasi that you guys had talked to earlier.
Okay, probably one of those. The
They're
friendlier looking
kind of standing next to each other. They honestly, looking at them, they look almost exactly the same.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna walk up to them and be like, "Hey guys, have you seen or heard of anyone named Farah? Nix? Should be human. Kind of looks like me, but human."
But aren't you Genasi?
Yes. But she
So
would
how-
look like my face, but with brown skin instead of gray.
So Earth Genasi?
Yeah, is it?
Kind of. Not really. Think of like just put my face on a human body.
How does that work?
Yeah.
Okay. I think she's gonna realize it's not going anywhere. She's just gonna be like, "All right, thanks, guys."
What was the name?
Farah? Nix?
It's gonna make a history check. Farah. Sounds far away. Is she far away?
Oh, that's it. That's
far away. Yeah. Yeah. Right.
Yeah. Far up.
Far,
all the way up, right?
Maybe not close. She could be far. Maybe in the middle.
Yeah, I think she was far away, guys.
Yeah.
You know, I'm
far,
gonna go
that's
look
what you
for
said,
her.
right? Yeah, that's probably a good idea.
Thanks.
Yeah, we're really helpful, right?
Yeah, I think we got it. We got it.
I think we got it. Yeah.
They kind of give each other a high five.
Yeah. We go back to the luck and lost.
He rolled a 1 on his history check. He rolled a natural 1. Far away. Yeah.
Far away.
So you go. They're kind of just still celebrating as you kind of walk away. They're like really happy that they managed to help out.
She's a little bummed, but she's gonna walk back and cherish the hat before she actually goes in.
Okay, is anyone else doing anything for the duration of the short rest?
Yeah, I'm gonna step away from everyone and kind of. I just want to pray and ask if this is where I'm supposed to be.
16. You kind of, as you kind of get and you're praying and you put your hands together, you can just kind of feel a little bit of warmth between your palms.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna get up and go back to the rest of the group.
What's the sunlight situation?
It's dark. Sunlight's not an issue.
Great.
Oh.
So she's taking Alice is taking off her hood at this point.
While I'm thinking about it, like it's starting to recollect myself, but when I was looking at the map, do I remember any indications of like sharp drops or chasms within the mines, or was that even indicated on the map?
There wasn't really any indications of sharp drop. It just seemed like because these are all
yeah,
you get them made by the pyrites of the tunnels. That's the word.
All right.
Tunnels.
Well, that's all then from Ren.
Did they give us a copy of the map to use?
They did not.
Okay.
I'm not there right now.
And so Onyx kind of walks up to you guys around the area. He's like, is everyone here? We're ready.
I'll go get the straggler, and I go walk after Rin. And when I go up to Rin, Onyx is waiting.
Yeah. Thanks.
You're welcome. One quick question: Can you create any throwables? You know, like alchemist fire or?
No. I mean, maybe I don't think so. Maybe if I sat down and thought about it for a really long time, but I'd have to read a book about it. I mean, that's not my specialty. I'm runes and old shit are my specialty. So we're walking and talking. But
fair enough. Anything destructive that needs to be thrown. Just keep that in mind.
All right, sounds good.
Onyx kind of gathers you guys around. He's like, all right. And he points over to a company of miners. Looks like about 15 of them. He's like, they know where to go. You will escort them in. They have a minecart with them, as you kind of point. They do have a minecart that's kind of rather than having like an actual track, this one seems to have like kind of like treads where they're like links, so it can go wherever it wants. And so it's like they have a cart. Just get the materials and get out. Should take a few hours at most. Protect them if need be. Bring the materials back.
As you kind of get to the miners there's about 15, and you can see, they're in various states of canvas gear and stuff like that. But you do see one that kind of approaches your group. It seems like he is the speaking voice for them. As you guys approach, you see kind of a stockier looking half-orc kind of individual, kind of short hair, black short hair. You see he's got a couple of scars on his face, kind of slung over. He's got a pickaxe. He's relatively tall, but somewhere in the 6 feet. But as he approaches you guys, he goes, you're here to protect us, innit? You're the ones?
Hey, yes, sir.
Alright. Anyone been in these caves before?
I know my way around the underground normally, so not these ones, though.
Not these ones? Anyone else?
Not
I'm gonna look at everyone.
Nope.
Okay.
Well, bro, no one took a look at the map, innit?
I got it. He's gonna hold up his journal and he's gonna like just touch the left-hand page, and while holding it up to them, and the map's gonna just produce an image, like a snapped-in image of just the mine caves. He's using magical tinkering to create an image.
Look, you guys. Alright. At least someone's looking at a map. Alright, well, we're leading the way. It's dark in there, and we're not using torches. Kinda attracts whatever it is. So if you ain't got dark vision, good luck. As he does, he kind of gestures to him to come along.
So no glowing
miners turn around.
Try keep it as
dim
as
light, maybe, or should I just hold on to somebody?
I'd prefer none, but if you can't see, that's your fucking problem. So figure it out.
Yeah. Look, I'll tell you a story once. Wait, you been here once?
Anybody
With a
who
torch,
can't see
never
could
saw
sit
him
in the
again.
cart.
Sit in the cart.
Like as he was saying, like right before he was saying dim light, Leroy was preparing to cast light on him on his holy symbol, and then he says keep it dim, and he's like oh, and he kind of stops like, mid cantrip.
I gesture to the miners like, all of us here, we got dark vision, so it's not really a problem, but kind of looks at the humans and goes, yeah, last human we had here came in once, never saw him again, so just be careful. As he does, he kind of gestures towards the cave entrance mouth.
Han's gonna look hell nervous. He's just gonna look at everyone like, what?
Hey,
hell?
Han, light or no light? What do you think? You feel confident today?
Oh, you know what? Let's get a little bit of light.
Yeah. You can see like Ren kind of tosses a coin up in the air, it lands on something, and then immediately after he looks at it, he takes this bracelet, opens up the cap, and this little gold string comes out, and he touches it, and it starts glowing too. It's like, guys, I'll take my chances. I'll take your chances too.
You see as the half-orc kind of looks at you, just gives you kind of a half smile, and then kind of turns back.
Hey.
Is that a normal coin, or is it a special?
I look at, say, come on, look, pay tribute with your faith to Lady Aldous. He's just gonna walk away.
Hug on my locket, it opens, and there's a coin of Aldous, and I flip that as well, and I catch it, and I move forward.
I guess before we step off, I'm gonna activate like the Rite of the Storm with my gun.
Easy enough. So you see as you slip a little bit of blood from yourself, and you see as the crackling of lightning starts to appear on your gun. And yeah, you see you feel empowered in that area. So as you guys approach, it looks like a mine shaft, like a cave entrance. It's got, some structure to it. There's beams and stuff to hold it up. You see, at least at this part, it looks like it's a well kind of expedited area. People seem to be going in and out. But you also see other groups, like smaller groups, going in and out as well. But yeah, as you make your way through, you suddenly notice that at least at the cave entrance here, there are some torches or light sources. And you can see as you do, you can see about a couple of paths, and you guys see as he leads you down what seems like the main path, the biggest path, and you guys start to slowly descend. You guys do notice that, like, what they seem to be doing in Awesome purposes, they seem to be strip mining. It seems like they're just digging in random directions, creating these caverns, not organically, and it seems like they're, just digging for the sake of digging. You see as you continue down. Yeah?
Can I take 2 of the torches and that we just see on the walls or whatever, and snuff them out, and then hand them to the 2 humans?
Yeah. As you do it, the half-orc turns around and goes, like we said, I will recommend light, and also
don't worry about it. I can
keep low in there as well, so you don't want that taking it up.
Yeah, don't worry about it. This light doesn't use oxygen. It's good enough. It's dim. It won't attract too much attention. I don't need the torch, but thank you. Maybe
well, if you can hold your breath, then it shouldn't be an issue. And as he does, he kind of turns around again.
Hold your breath. Good one.
You just put one back, and then put one in my bag.
Does someone need light? I could make some light if you need it.
Well,
if we want it dim. All right. If it needs to be dim, yours was, no offense, kind of bright.
Oh no, not that light. She's gonna raise her hand, and 4 little dancing balls of light pop out. Shed dim light.
Is that too much?
There's a lot of light in here.
That's a lot of light. They're gonna see us right off the bat.
How about this? And I'll look at I'll touch Luck's locket, and it'll start glowing, and I'll say, "Wait, what? You want the tip of your gun to glow, mate?"
Who can't see?
And then I'm gonna use 3 of my tinkering slots to make their objects glow. So each one of them has at least 10 feet of very dim light, 5 feet of visible, useful light. So they just don't trip on stuff, at least.
Fair enough.
Hey, posture check, everybody.
Alright, so you see as you continue down, you guys see that the ambient light slowly fades from when you came in. You see the path gets more windy. You see, instead of these kind of nice-ish kind of outlays, it starts to get more jagged. You see as well as you continue down that there is kind of this strange kind of darkness setting in, even though with the light and dim light that you have, that you see, for most people, think of it when you switch to night vision for you guys, most of you will be going into that. As you see, the darkness just descends to where you are. You guys feel as you continue down, your breathing does get a lot heavier, as you do notice that there is air here, yes, but it does seem thinner as you continue down. And as you continue down as well, you hear, in the distances as it echoes, the clang of what sounds like mining, but it starts to kind of grow dreary, and it kind of gets more distant and kind of more, kind of more distant and weirdly amplified as you kind of reverberates through the kind of cave here. For those with a passive perception of 14, you guys do, passive perception, insight of 12, you start to hear some of the miners start to murmur to themselves. You see, for those who understand prayers, some of them seem to be speaking prayers. A lot of them are just kind of being oh shit, hope it's not the day kind of thing. Or you just kind of hear them making small talk, trying to keep their wits about themselves. And yeah, there's a general anxiety within the miners, except for the one that seems to be leading the troop, who, as a leader should be stalwart, essentially. So you guys descend maybe for a couple more minutes. Does anyone do anything particular as you guys continue to wind down these very, very interesting paths? Seem to be winding left and right. None of it seems uniform in any way. Anyone do anything? So as you guys continue down, you see the Uplock does come up to you guys again, or someone. Oh, who's closest? Who's at the front? You're at the front of this caravan.
I'll go
probably-
front. Since I can see 300 feet ahead of me.
Oh, okay, yeah. Sounds good.
I'll
so
walk
you-
behind her.
I was gonna see a little less impressive, 120 feet, but.
Cool. So there's in front of the caravan, kind of turns around and goes, "So what brings you here? Is it a promise of gold, conscript? What's it?
Combination of things.
Combination?
Yep, money and information.
Information?
Yep.
Interesting.
I guess
think
you could
you'll
say
get it
that.
from you?
I guess you could say that warmth brought me here.
Well,
You said warm for you, yeah?
Yeah.
I mean, it is a bit warmer than up in the snow, I say.
Yeah, so.
But other than that, it's
Yeah.
Not
Kinda
that
so.
kind of warmth, but sure.
Is it warm from the belly you're talking about?
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah.
Well, you won't find it here, mate.
Oh.
Well,
I'm here for
wherever
money
you.
and also to see cool new things to write songs about.
As soon as you start to speak, Effie, he gets taken aback. It's like, what the fuck is a child doing here? I even noticed before. What the hell?
I'm not
gotta
a
stay-
child. I'm
You're
a
like 2
halfling.
feet tall. Halflings
Yeah,
are like
mate.
3 feet tall.
Yeah, you're short halfling, mate. Are you halfling? Oh no.
I'm
What
a
have you
yell
done?
from the back of the caravan. Don't bully my half sister, maybe possibly.
What?
I'm related to the what? How's a tiefling?
What you mean? What?
Is there
This
a,
guy just
like-
sits there, starts counting on his fingers.
is there a like a mine cart or something?
Yeah, some
That
of the
we're
miners
walking
just
with?
kind of pushing it into the tracks.
Yeah, I'm just nervously starting to grip the mine cart a little more with the hand that isn't glowing.
Yeah, it's for
I'm getting a
you.
little nervous with the noise.
Other than your like 10-foot radius of dim light, it's just pitch black.
Yeah, and I assume all this is echoing too, as we're told we're gonna die if we see anything.
By the way, Effie,
Yeah.
how old are you?
It's a very rude question to ask.
Is it though?
You're actually be like
He's
7.
old enough.
Come on, mate. Just let us know, because you're probably going to be the first one out of here. If something goes sideways, I'm going to get you out of here first.
I'm old enough to drink.
Well, that's relative, isn't it?
Well, I was drinking since I was like 7.
Yeah.
'Cause I'm a orc, half orc I am.
I'm
Is that right?
23.
23? Oh my god.
Oh, she's older than me.
Yeah, what? I'm 16. What is this?
I'm 14.
When he
Oh.
says 16, he's gonna glance at him and then kind of glance over at Luck.
Luck's face goes stone cold, but not many people can see in these dark caves, so it doesn't matter.
You just feel the eyes leering on you.
They did say
Yeah.
everyone here was a miner.
Mine is not miners.
Yeah, we want actual miners. Yeah, we want.
Well, I'm an adult.
Oh yeah. We're
Half orc
adults, yeah.
adult.
Yeah.
I'm a full-grown
Age bit quicker than
adult.
you.
Okay.
Nah, mate, you're 14. You
What?
still a baby.
You're
still a
full.
baby. I'm
You're
16,
full.
I'm an
You're full idiot. Huh?
I'm a man. What are you on me?
No, you
See, I'm leading
dumbass.
this troop here. What are you talking about?
What? Put me in charge.
I'm in
You
charge.
both
What do you
have
mean?
barely been alive.
Anyway,
I was the one that spoke to him first, so I'm a later. Anyway,
that's not how it works. I'm gonna
you
go
see.
down my path. So you see this guy starts kind of taking off as the cave starts splitting into multiple different ways. And he takes like 2 miners with him that way and they all kind of split down different paths. And it looks like they want you
he
to
goes out.
follow some of
yeah,
them.
Go over that way. Some will come with me. Some will come with them, and we'll sort this out real quick. I think we're only.
I suppose.
I mean,
I-
are you just looking? Are you looking to scout? Or are you looking to? Are we actually just walking separating up?
Well, if we separate, we can find where we need to quicker, and quicker we get this thing, and quicker we're out. You know what I mean?
I would just voice from the back. That might be more dangerous.
Yeah.
How many times you mined in here?
Yeah.
Okay, but aren't we here to protect you?
Would you rather be here for 2 hours or 7?
Fair.
Exactly.
Which one is
go
the
with the
half
16-year-old.
going down?
The 14-year-old half orc turns to you and goes, "What?"
Which one's it? Which
I
which
don't
cave
mind
is he
being
going
down here. It's kind of cool. I just learned how to see in the dark.
How you see in the dark?
Yeah.
Yeah, what? You see? You're off me. What do you mean?
She's going
Whatever.
bonkers.
It's easy kind of like listen you. These bloody bonkers, isn't it? Let me see. Alright, well, you come with me then, yeah? I'm gonna
Okay.
keep an eye on you, yeah? Alright. So he does, he kind of leads you down. Yeah, looks like it. Just find a partner, or find a couple, and keep them alive. If we stick together too much, it might draw them. So if we spread out, it should be alright.
I'm gonna walk over to Luck and Malia.
Yeah.
Well, if we're splitting up, Malia, I think maybe you should go with one group and I go with one group.
I can. You're gonna see like a dawn of realization go through his head. Those that have dark vision, and then he's gonna, like, as he's snapping his hand, you see the rune on his palm glow, and once he snaps his hand and opens it, there's gonna be this little gecko with wings-looking creature. It's gonna be just sitting there, and he's gonna put it on his shoulder, kinda. And he's gonna think to himself, "Oh, I can kind of see, but I'm not gonna be very coordinated while I walk. So maybe somebody wants to." Do we have at least 3 other people that can go with dark vision?
I run
As you
up
do
and
that
I
as
hold
well.
Rin's hand.
As you do as well, and the miners go, "What the fuck is that? What is?"
It's just a pet. It's been in my pocket the whole time. Don't worry about it.
It's been in your pocket this whole time.
Yeah,
He
he's
looks really cute.
yeah. His name's Gek.
Yeah.
Does he like peanuts?
Well, it's not really. He doesn't eat much, but I'll show you after we leave the dark, scary cave of death.
Alright, if you make it out alive, mate. As the kid
Leroy's
turns
gonna-
around and walks out.
Leroy's gonna look to Luck and just kind of like instinctually kind of wants to protect him.
Fair enough.
Boy, would you like me to go with you?
Well, if
So you guys see the miners
I'm-
kind of start
I'm glaring
filing
daggers.
around.
well, if we're splitting up, I'd suggest that I go with one group and Malia go with the other.
But there need to be 3 groups, right? Are there 3 or 2 groups?
As you guys
We
are
could just
talking, you
split
guys
up
think
the
the
way we
miners
were
have already
yesterday.
started up themselves. They just start to like space out on their own, and seeing that they're just walking out with a couple of feet of space in between each miners. Some kind of curve around through tunnels and stuff. So
They're going 2 different ways.
Is it 2 different ways?
They're,
or
go-
3
they're going
different
a
ways?
ton of different
all
ways.
different. Oh, and how many total are there that are walking away?
There's 15.
well, yeah,
No, but how many different paths are there that we're supposed to be splitting into?
There's
Um,
1, 2, 3. There's like 6 possible different. Here, I will
Oh.
let you guys see this. There we go. That's kind of where you guys are all.
Yeah, I can't see anything, so it doesn't help me.
Can't see
Just
anything.
see-
I have 6.
I
I kind of have 60 feet of dark vision.
Yeah,
Right
so
now.
I
Just
should
looking
have
for my
120 feet.
familiar.
Okay.
Yeah, like I
Yeah.
only have my 5 feet of dim.
I'll get it.
I don't have dark vision.
You have 120 feet.
Yep.
Yeah, it's just magical. There you go. Let's give it a refresh.
Oh, here goes Jackson.
Is he back?
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
Yep.
he's back. I guess he's having some issue with his connection.
Was it me?
So, are we splitting up in 2 groups, 3 groups, 4 groups?
Hey, Eyeless, what's your
Are
passive
we all going
perception?
alone?
Minus 15.
Okay.
I'll go with Luck and Leroy.
Luckily.
Luck and Leroy.
Alright, sounds good.
Alright, I'll go with Malia then.
None of us can see in the dark.
I'm the only one on this map.
If someone
I can
needs
see in the
someone who
dark.
can see in the dark, you can come with me.
Alright, so you
Yeah, I
guys
can
see, you
pick
start to walk
whoever's
about, you guys start to hear the almost mechanical noises of clinging as you see a lot of the miners start to begin to pick away with their picks at the walls. You see they've picked some spots that seem either some have started to work on or just new bits, and they start to dig away. So you hear the rhythmic cling, 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 and it just kind of gets kind of ingrained to you. It's almost like everyone kind of feels it internally. It's like they seem to almost in unison start to cling at the walls.
We could do Han, Rin, Malia, and me, and then we could do Lost, Leroy, Luck, and Eyeless.
That works.
That works.
That works.
It's Han.
Fine with me.
Yeah, lead us on.
Alright. I
Alright.
will follow the 14-year-old orc, whatever way he went.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, this way.
See a lot of them start to hum like a song as they kind of work away.
Ooh, what are
Alex,
you
I guess
singing?
should lead the way.
It's a lot so it doesn't draw anything too crazy, you know what I mean? It's a mining song.
Teach me.
Alright. So as you kind of sit next to him, he kind of continues to mine away, but you just kind of see the low humming. It seems random at first, and then you start to pick up a rhythm, and it seems to dictate their picking motion. So you see that the humming kind of dictates when to pick, when to not. So you kind of get this rhythm, like, oh, that's how they're all picking in unison, because they're all singing the same song.
Where did you guys go? I can't find anybody.
Where is everyone?
Hello?
I'm pinging it.
Can't exactly
Just-
see in
If
here.
you zoom out.
I think that's
My
the
group,
other
I'm
group.
right here.
Oh, okay.
So as in game, you guys, are having trouble
That
navigating through the tunnels. As you guys every so often run into some miner that you suddenly see in the dark vision, and they're just again working your way in the darkness. You guys try to congregate in some level, and some of you are just kind of chilling out. Especially Effie over there, you're just kind of chilling out with this guy here as he kicks away.
Where's Luck?
I'm right here.
Okay.
I'm not sure where
Can't
he
move
is.
myself.
Where's Eyeless?
Since we
Oh, I
can't
found
see,
some people.
I think we're gonna have to kind of be a little bit of a train here.
Eyeless is all the way over here.
No, I'm over here. This one right here.
Oh, okay. I'm on the bottom right
No,
of
no,
that.
you're right over here. How'd you get over there?
I don't know. That's where I was placed.
All right, so you guys again are walking about doing your things. You see, it's very strange. You suddenly feel like as you kind of walk there, moments drag out to minutes, and minutes kind of drag out to what seems like hours. And again, even though there's like rhythmic in the picking, they seem to get kind of like slowly more distant, and like every so often it kind of pierces the void of sound as it does. Like there's kind of this weird kind of like emptiness throughout the room here. As you do, everyone here just feels the onset of the lack of oxygen as you guys stay in one spot and you guys feel like the heavy breathing start to set in. Anyone do anything in particular as you guys continue to what seems like some people making their patrols around the miners, or some people kind of sticking to where they are? You guys do anything in particular?
God, I found you, Eyeless. It was so scary in there.
Sorry, I don't know how we all ended up in different spots. But stick with us.
I'm just gonna stand there like spinning his gun in the darkness to just try and keep calm.
Yeah, easy enough. You kind of spin it. You see, I think the miner you're next to just kind of says you spinning, goes, yeah, Andy with that.
Leroy's gonna say to Eyeless, would you mind if I hold on to you again, like last time?
Yes, that's alright.
Because I cannot see
Lost,
a thing.
come back here. Lost, just going
Lost.
pretty far away.
Lost, don't get lost, please.
That is a
If you'd
common
like-
issue.
If you'd like, I can create a ball of light for you that's dim light for about 10 feet. Would you like one of those?
I can see.
Okay.
I cannot. I wouldn't mind if we had some light in here.
Alright. So, just hold out her hand and 4 little balls of dancing lights pop out. And one's gonna go over towards Leroy. Does anyone else need lights?
Can I have some light, please?
I would like some light, please.
Yes. So another one will go over to Luck.
As you move it over to Luck, I'm advise against that, Luck. You're a rogue, and if anything does come down here, I'd rather you not get seen first.
Okay.
Well,
Got at least a little.
all you need to do is move 20 feet away, and it will disappear.
Okay.
Or
Yeah,
just
I
let
think
me
it's
know.
safer if you could see for now than to not see at all.
Yeah.
So, which way are the miners generally going that we should be following?
So would that give us some?
kinda spread
That give us
everywhere.
visible light?
They've kind of just
Again,
spread out in general.
Yeah, you
Is
got
there a
dark
general
vision, so they're not
idea
very
of which direction we're supposed to be going, or are we
up
supposed
to
to be
you.
patrolling?
You guys are just, yeah, it's up to you guys.
I've just been patrolling the grounds, so to speak. We probably shouldn't stay in one area and patrol the caves to make sure the miners aren't getting abducted one by one by whatever's down here. So if we want to move
Alright.
down or to the bottom left.
Let's move down
Southeast
this
or
way
south?
as a group.
Should the dancing lights give us visible light?
So right now with that, we're gonna take a break. We'll be back in about 15 minutes, so everybody can go grab a snack, use the bathroom, whatever. We're gonna go